Danny from the Pleasant Hills Public Library, and I am so excited that you're here with me today for another edition of STEAM Stories. Now, before we get into it, do you remember what all the letters in STEAM stand for? There is S for science, T for technology, E for engineering, A for arts, and M for mathematics. And today we are going to use all 5 of those subject areas to learn about the super cool experiment of Cartesian divers. Whoa, watch him sink! And there he goes. So, what is a Cartesian diver and how does it work? Well, let's take a moment to look at some short video clips and photographs while I explain to you what this is and how it works.
The Cartesian diver, named after French philosopher and scientist René Descartes, who is believed to have invented the toy, explores 3 scientific properties of air. Namely, air has weight, air occupies space, and air exerts pressure. The diver has an air bubble inside it that allows it to just float on the surface. When the bottle is squeezed, the pressure inside goes up and the air bubble gets smaller. As the bubble is compressed, the diver fills with water, causing it to lose buoyancy and sink. When you release the bottle, the pressure is released, causing the bubble to expand, pushing out the water and allowing the diver to float again. In this fun science experiment, an object that normally floats sinks when it's under pressure. To be able to float or to be buoyant, an object has to displace its weight in water. Generally speaking, any object will float if it is less dense or heavy than the liquid. For an example, an empty plastic bottle will float, but once you fill it with water, it sinks. And that's because when it's empty, it's filled with air that is less dense than water, but once it's filled with water, it's more dense and it sinks. Scuba divers and submarines use the same principles as Cartesian divers to float and sink. Scuba divers use a tank of air that acts just like that bubble. Submarines are built with huge empty tanks. To sink, they fill the tanks with water, and that makes the submarine denser and causes it to sink. To surface, they blow air into those tanks, which creates a bubble that makes the submarines less dense and then able to float. That's pretty cool, huh?
Well, now that you know a little bit more about Cartesian divers, let's learn how to make one. We are offering all the supplies you need in a take-home kit available in our lobby while supplies last. You can stop by any time that we're open, which is Monday through Thursdays, 10 to 8, and Friday and Saturdays, 10 to 4. So now let's head over to the craft table to learn what supplies are in our kit and how to make this super cool diver. To make a Cartesian diver, you're going to need the following supplies, which are in the take-home kits we've provided. A clear plastic bottle with a lid. A plastic straw. Some paper clips. We provided 5 in our kit. We probably won't need all 5, but it's better to have more than not enough. An octopus squid lure. You will also need a pair of scissors, a ruler, and a permanent marker if you want to draw on your diver. So let's get started. I forgot to mention you're also going to need water. Water for your plastic bottle and water in either a tall glass or a bowl to test your diver before putting it in your bottle. So to get started, you're going to need your straw and your ruler, and you're going to measure approximately 2 inches worth of straw. It's okay if it's not perfect. Cut it so that you have your little piece. And then do your best to fold it in the middle. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just kind of wants to be like that. Now you're going to take one of your paper clips and you're going to insert it in the holes to hold your straw together. Now this is important. You don't want your straw to be completely closed, so you're not going to put it on the outside. You're going to put it on the inside. Let's take a closer look so you can see what I mean. Take your 2-inch piece of straw and fold it in half as best as you can. It should look like this. Then take your paper clip and we're going to insert it inside the straw. So one end goes in here and one end goes in there. Now you'll notice there's no paper clip on the outside of the straw, only on the inside. And push it up to about where that other part ends so that you still have a little hook like this. Now that we have this part of our diver done, where the air pockets are going to be to give our diver the buoyancy that we want, we're going to get our octopus squid. And if you flip it over, you'll notice that it has kind of a hole. Stick your straw in there so that the paper clip is facing down where all the tentacles are. Oh, get over there, tentacle. It's silly. All right. And then hold it up. So you should be able to see the paper clip through the tentacles. See that, my friends? All right, now we are going to test our squid. We want it to just barely float, much like this guy over here. So we're going to put it very carefully, tentacles down, into the water, and see if it just barely floats. Well, he's floating a little much, so let's take him out. He's a little too high above the water, rather. Kind of dry him off just a little bit. Find that paper clip, and this is why we gave you extra paper clips. Now you're going to loop another paper clip on there if you need to. You might not need to. So now that there's a paper clip hanging from him, and again, very carefully insert him into the water. Oh, he knocked the other guy down, but he's doing much better, only floating a little bit above the water. So now we're going to take him out. Dry him off. Have our bottle full of water, almost to the top. Open it up. And put him in. Now, it's a little tricky because the bottle opening is narrow. You want to get all those tentacles in first. Drop him in. Make sure he's still floating. Seal the lid as tight as you can. Use those muscles. All right. Now the moment of truth. Let's see if he dives and comes back up. There he goes. When I squeeze, he dives. And when I let go, he rises. Isn't that cool? Once you have successfully created your Cartesian diver, you will probably have some extra supplies. We did give you the whole straw after all. So if you'd like to make additional divers to go in the same bottle or in a different bottle that you have lying around, follow the same principle. Cut about a 2-inch piece of your straw, fold it in half, insert the paper clip into the middle, and then test it on the water. Because it doesn't have the octopus squid, it'll probably need more than one paper clip to float properly. If you'd like, you can draw designs on your other divers using a permanent marker. It's up to you. So here is a straw where I added a second paper clip, and as you can see, this one floats perfectly. So once you have a successful float, if you want to, you can use a permanent marker to draw a face or fishy fins or, letters, whatever you want on there, and then add him to your bottle or put him in a different bottle if you have another one.
Are you having trouble with your diver? If the density isn't fine-tuned just right, you might run into the issue of your diver sinking and staying at the bottom, or not going down when you squeeze the sides. If this happens, pour the water out of your bottle and try again. You can try pulling the paper clip out slightly to create more room for the air bubble. You could also try cutting a larger piece of straw. Also, I found that if you accidentally tilt the bottle, it'll cause the air bubble to escape, and then you have to start all over again. Science doesn't always work the way you want it to, especially the first time. So don't fret and try again.
We would love to see pictures or videos of you doing this project and, of course, of your completed projects. Please feel free to email them to pleasanthills@einetwork.net or post them to our special Facebook group, Pleasant Hills Library Virtual Programming. Steam Stories will be back on October 13th with Exploding Bags, all about chemical reactions. Until then, friends, stay safe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!